Listen to me. I don't know where you came from. I don't know what you've been through, but I do know this. If you woke up this morning, you've got another shot. You got another 24 hours to get it right. And some of you are wasting your days waiting for motivation, waiting for a break, waiting for someone to come and save you. But let me tell you the truth. Nobody's coming. This is between you and you. This is about the person in the mirror. This is about the version of you that's possible if you stop making excuses and start moving different every single day. So I'm not here to hype you. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to tell you the formula that separates those who level up from those who stay stuck. If you're tired of being average, if you know deep down you were born for more, then lean in. Turn everything else off, because this might be the moment your life starts to change. You want to grow, you want to level up, then let's stop playing games. Let's stop acting like improvement is something you stumble into by accident. Now, real growth, real transformation starts with one thing: truth. And not the filtered truth, not the version you put on Instagram or tell your friends. I'm talking about that gut check truth. That truth you whisper to yourself when the lights are off and nobody. See, most people don't improve because they're lying to themselves. Every single day they wake up pretending they're putting in the work when deep down they know they're coasting. They know they're giving 60% and calling it 100. You can't change what you're not willing to confront. You can't fix what you keep denying. And that's why the first step to becoming better every day is this: be real with yourself. Stop acting like you're confused about why you're not where you want to be. You know why. You've got habits that are killing your dreams. You've got patterns that are slowing your progress. And the worst part, you keep justifying them. You tell yourself it's okay because you had a hard day, because you've been through a lot, because you deserve a break. But that's the lie that's keeping you exactly where you are. You know what makes champions different? They don't sugarcoat the truth. They don't run from the mirror. When something's off, they own it. When they fall short, they don't make excuses, they make adjustments. That's why they keep rising while others stay stuck. Not because they're better, not because they're more talented, but because they refuse to lie to themselves. Some of you listening right now, you've got goals, you've got visions, but the version of you that you're living right now, that version can't carry those dreams. That version is too soft. That version is too inconsistent. That version is too worried about how they look instead of how they live. And the only way you'll step into that next level is if you stop hiding behind fake progress and start confronting the real gaps. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you took inventory of your life without sugarcoating it? When was the last time you asked yourself, where am I slipping? Where am I lazy? Where am I playing small? Because if you're not asking those questions, then you're not growing. You're not improving. You're pretending. And improvement ain't about perfection. It's not about having it all together. It's about having the courage to admit that you don't and doing something about it. That's where the fire is. That's where the progress is. Every day you should be checking yourself, not just checking boxes. Don't tell me you went to the gym. Tell me, did you give it everything? Don't tell me you read a book. Tell me, did you apply what you learned? Don't tell me you're grinding. Tell me, are you grinding with purpose or just moving in circles? You've got to be your own accountability system, because improvement doesn't wait for applause. It doesn't wait for someone to pat you on the back. It happens in silence, in the quiet moments when you choose to go harder, go deeper, and get honest. That's where the next level is. Not in motivation videos, not in hype, in the daily decisions to be real with yourself and say, I can do better. I must do better. I will do better. Some of y'all have been lying to yourself for so long, you don't even recognize the truth anymore. You say you want success, but you're scared of discipline. You say you want freedom, but you're married to distractions. You say you want greatness, but you keep negotiating with average. As long as you do that, you'll stay stuck. But the moment you stop lying to yourself, that's the moment everything changes. That's when you take the chains off. That's when you wake up and say, I'm done pretending. I'm done making excuses. I'm done blaming everybody else. Today, I'm looking myself in the eyes and I'm gonna war with the version of me that's been holding me back. That's how you improve. That's the formula. Not once a week, not once a month, every single day. Start with honesty and let that truth set you on fire. Because you can't change what you won't confront. You keep talking about how bad you want it. You keep saying you're hungry, that you got goals, that you're built for something greater. But every time it gets hard, every time it gets uncomfortable, you back off. You retreat. You fold. And I'm telling you, until your commitment to your purpose becomes stronger than your addiction to comfort, you're never going to get to that next level. See, purpose ain't always sexy. It doesn't always feel good. It's not convenient. Sometimes it demands more from you than you feel like giving. It wakes you up when you want to sleep. It calls you to discipline when your body is craving ease. And that's where most people tap out. That's where they give up, not because they don't have talent, not because they don't have the dream, but because they don't want to pay the price. Everybody wants the result. Everybody wants the reward, but not everybody wants the responsibility that comes with that result. They want to shine in public, but they don't want to suffer in private. They want the crown, but not the cross. But hear me, you can't live a purpose-driven life and a comfort-driven life at the same time. You have to choose. And you know what most people choose? They choose comfort, then blame life for why they're stuck. They blame their past, their situation, the economy, their upbringing. But let me tell you something. You can't change your life until you change what you value. And if you keep valuing comfort more than calling, if you keep valuing entertainment more than elevation, if you keep choosing easy over excellence, you'll never grow. You'll never win. You'll keep living on the edge of greatness, never stepping in. When you're committed to your purpose, you do it whether you feel like it or not. You show up even when you're tired. You give 100% even when nobody's clapping for you. That's the difference between people who talk and people who transform. I'm not impressed by your dreams. I'm watching your discipline. Because your discipline tells me everything I need to know about how serious you are. You say you want to be successful, but you won't stay consistent. You say you want to lead, but you won't stay focused. You say you want to build something great, but the moment life turns up the heat, you start looking for an exit. Let me tell you something. If your purpose is real, then pain won't scare you. If your purpose is real, you won't need applause to keep going. You'll learn to run on conviction. You'll learn to move even when your feelings don't line up. That's how you build something lasting. You've got to be okay with the discomfort. You've got to stop praying for the struggle to end and start praying for strength to endure. Because improvement doesn't come when things are easy. It comes when you're tested, when life stretches you, when you're under pressure and you still choose to move forward. That's where the growth happens. That's where the fire gets lit. And don't get it twisted. This ain't about working yourself to death. This is about alignment. When you're living in purpose, even your hard days have meaning. Even your pain becomes productive. You start realizing, I'm not going through this for nothing. This struggle is shaping me. This pressure is preparing me. And that mindset changes everything. Some of you are living beneath your potential because you keep choosing what's easy right now over what's excellent later. You keep choosing temporary comfort over long-term calling. and it's killing your momentum. It's keeping you small. But you weren't created to live a small life. You weren't born to stay stuck. There's something bigger inside of you, but you got to be willing to go through the process to bring it out. And it's not just about you. Somebody out there is waiting for what's inside of you. Your growth, your discipline, your breakthrough. It's not just for your benefit. It's for your family, your community, your legacy. But you'll never impact anybody if you keep quitting every time it gets hard. So here's the truth. If you're serious about improving every day, you got to fall out of love with comfort and fall in love with purpose. You got to wake up and say, I'm not here to feel good. I'm here to get better. I'm not here to play it safe. I'm here to grow. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be legendary. Because comfort never built a legacy. You keep looking at the mountain talking about how big it is. You keep staring at your dreams, your goals, your vision, and you're overwhelmed. You're paralyzed. You're stuck. Because you're so focused on the big picture that you forgot the only way to get there is one small, faithful, focused step at a time. You don't climb mountains in one leap. You climb them one move at a time. That's how you improve every single day. You master the micro. You learn how to win the day. I know you want the end result. I know you want the transformation. But the transformation isn't something that shows up all at once. It's not a lightning bolt. It's not a lottery ticket. It's a daily decision. It's what you choose to do in the dark, in the early morning, when the alarm goes off, when the bed is warm and your body says stay. But your purpose says get up. That's the battleground. You want change, then win that moment. You want results, then win that battle. You can't change your life until you start winning your minutes, your hours, your mornings, your nights. The reason most people never evolve is because they keep looking at the year they want to have instead of the day they've been given. You don't control next week. You don't control next month. You control right now. If you can win right now, you build the strength to win tomorrow. People talk about consistency like it's some complicated strategy. It's not. It's simple. Consistency is about doing the right thing again and again and again until it becomes who you are. It's about waking up and deciding, I don't care how I feel today. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if nobody sees it. I'm going to do what needs to be done. That's what separates winners from wishers. You think the greats got where they are by doing something huge once in a while? No. They found the small things that mattered and they did them relentlessly every day. When it was boring, when it was hard, when it felt like nothing was changing, they stayed with it. They didn't need hype. They didn't need applause. They needed one thing: discipline. And some of y'all are letting your feelings make decisions for you. You feel tired, so you don't do the work. You feel unmotivated, so you don't show up. But let me tell you something. Feelings don't build empires. Feelings don't get you to the next level. Discipline does. Vision does. Commitment does. And if you only move when it feels good, you're never going to finish anything that matters. So stop worrying about the whole staircase and take the next step. Stop obsessing over the vision board and dominate your routine. I'm talking about the small things. Make your bed. Show up on time. Finish your reps. Make that call. Keep your word. It may not look like much right now, but that's how you build momentum. That's how you build confidence. You don't build confidence by talking big. You build it by stacking wins. Small wins, daily wins. You wake up every morning and you win the day. And let me be clear, it's not about being perfect. It's not about doing it all right. It's about progress. It's about saying, I'm going to be 1% better today. That's it. Just a little better. But if you keep showing up like that, if you keep giving effort like that, something happens. You grow, you evolve, You look up months later and realize you're not the same person anymore. That's not magic. That's math. That's daily investment. That's the compound effect of consistency. Some of you are looking for shortcuts. Some of you want a faster way. But let me tell you, slow consistency beats fast inconsistency every time. Don't be the person who sprints for 3 days and crashes for 30. Be the one who builds slowly but steadily. That's how you last. That's how you elevate. That's how you win, not once, but for life. And hear me, you're not gonna feel motivated every day. That's real. You're not gonna wake up excited every time. But if you've got a system, if you've got a non-negotiable routine, if you've built habits that move with or without emotion, you become unstoppable. You don't rise by accident. You rise by intention, by design. And it all starts with owning the day in front of you. So don't chase the big win. Stack the small ones. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create momentum with what you've got. Master the micro. Show up. Lock in. Execute. And when you lay your head down at night, you'll know. You didn't just exist today. You improved. Because success doesn't shout. It whispers in the quiet when you decide to show up and win the day. Let's talk about something most people don't want to hear. Your circle might be the reason you're not growing. Yeah, I said it. You keep wondering why you're stuck, why you can't stay consistent, why your fire keeps burning out. And it's not always your work ethic. It's not always your routine. Sometimes it's the people you've got around you. Sometimes it's the voices you're letting speak into your life. See, you can't keep trying to become the best version of yourself while hanging around people who are committed to staying the same. You can't be chasing discipline and growth while your circle is chasing comfort, gossip, and distraction. It doesn't work like that. You can't fly if you're flapping around with birds that never leave the ground. You need people in your life who don't just make you feel good. You need people who make you better. Some of you are surrounded by cheerleaders. And listen, there's a time and place for encouragement, but if all they ever do is hype you up, tell you you're great, tell you you're doing amazing even when you're slipping, that's not love. That's not real. Real love tells the truth. Real people challenge you. Real people pull you aside and say, yo, you've been slacking. That ain't you. Let's tighten up. And to get it, it feels good to be around folks who praise you all the time. It strokes your ego. But ego doesn't help you grow. Accountability does. And growth starts getting real when you're brave enough to say, I don't just want friends who like me. I want people who sharpen me. Because iron sharpens iron, not butter. Some of you are trying to get sharper, but everything around you is soft. Let me ask you, who's in your life right now that's not afraid to check you? Who do you have that can look you in the eyes and say, you're not working hard enough? Or you're better than the choices you've been making? If nobody in your circle can challenge you like that, then your circle isn't strong. It's safe. And safe doesn't stretch you. Safe doesn't transform you. The truth is, some people are comfortable with your brokenness. Some people benefit from your dysfunction because if you get better, they feel exposed. If you rise, they have to look at their own stagnation. So they rather keep you small, distracted, average, just like them. And that's why, if you're serious about improving yourself every day, you've got to audit your circle. You've got to ask, do these people push me forward or pull me back? Do they call out your greatness or do they help you make excuses for mediocrity? You've got to stop calling it loyalty when it's really limitation. You've got to stop confusing history with destiny. Just because you've known someone for years doesn't mean they're supposed to go with you into the next season of your life. Growth requires separation. And that's not arrogance. That's alignment, because you can't walk into purpose while clinging to people who are running from theirs. And hear me, This doesn't mean you cut people off cold. It means you elevate your standards. It means you start surrounding yourself with people who inspire you by how they live, not just what they say. People who challenge you to raise your level. People who make you uncomfortable in the best way. When you're around greatness, you don't stay lazy. When you're around discipline, you feel the pressure to level up. That's what you need. Truth tellers, not flatterers. Builders, not just talkers. You need people who see the version of you that hasn't even fully emerged yet, and they're not impressed by your potential. They're invested in your progress. They hold you to the standard you said you wanted. They don't let you forget who you said you were becoming. And when you get tired, they remind you of your why. So if you're serious about improving every day, you've got to protect your environment. You've got to be intentional about who you let speak into your life, because every voice you listen to is either watering your growth or poisoning your mindset. Every conversation is either planting seeds of greatness or doubt. And if you keep letting the wrong people into your inner world, don't be surprised when you stop recognizing yourself in the mirror. You weren't created to walk this journey alone, but you weren't created to walk it with just anyone either. The people around you are either pushing you into your future or pulling you back into your past. And that's why it matters. That's why it's part of the formula. Because nobody levels up by accident. You don't become better daily just by working harder. You become better by surrounding yourself with better. Because who's beside you will either fuel your purpose or feed your excuses.